The story of the Gaza flotillas is one of courage, confrontation, and a fight over basic human rights. Today we look at the Global Flotilla mission, a campaign that has captured worldwide attention for its attempt to deliver aid to challenge Israel's naval blockade. The mission is simple on paper but extremely dangerous in reality. Send ships loaded with humanitarian supplies, medical equipment, food, and basic necessities to the Gaza Strip, bypassing traditional routes controlled by Israel and Egypt. Supporters say this is the only way to break through what they call a man-made humanitarian disaster. But for Israel, the flotilla missions are seen as a direct threat to its security. The Israeli government insists that the blockade is necessary to stop weapons smuggling into Gaza. Officials argue that aid can be delivered through approved checkpoints under Israeli control. Activists, however, reject this, saying that aid delivered under Israeli rules often arrives too little, too late, or not at all. The most famous of these flotilla missions was in 2010, when the Mavi Marmara, a Turkish ship, tried to reach Gaza. Israeli commandos boarded the ship in international waters, leading to a violent clash that left 9 activists dead and dozens wounded. That incident shocked the world, sparking protests, international investigations, and years of diplomatic fallout between Turkey and Israel. Since then, multiple flotilla attempts have been made. Some stopped before leaving port, others intercepted at sea by the Israeli Navy. Despite this, the missions continue, with activists from Europe, North America, Africa, and the Middle East joining hands. They see themselves as part of a global movement to stand with Gaza and challenge what they describe as collective punishment of 2 million people trapped under siege. The most recent mission, often called the Global Freedom Flotilla, involves ships carrying volunteers from dozens of countries. Doctors, journalists, parliamentarians, and ordinary citizens have all joined. Their message is not only about aid delivery, it's about breaking the silence and forcing the world to confront Gaza's ongoing humanitarian crisis. But questions remain: will these flotillas actually change the situation on the ground? Or will they simply end up as symbolic gestures, intercepted before reaching their goal? For many activists, symbolism is the point. They argue that even if the ships are stopped, the missions shine a global spotlight on Gaza and remind the world that behind the politics are real families, children, and communities struggling to survive. The flotilla missions also highlight a larger debate. Where should the line be drawn between a nation's right to defend its borders and the rights of civilians to receive humanitarian aid without political obstacles? As new flotillas set sail, international attention rises once again. Supporters call it a lifeline of hope. Critics call it a provocation. But either way, the Global Flotilla mission ensures that the blockade of Gaza remains on the world's agenda. In the end, these ships carry more than aid. They carry a message that Gaza's people are not forgotten, and that the struggle over humanitarian access remains one of the most pressing issues in the Middle East today.